Morning everybody, it's March the 8th. I want to show you some setups that are occurring in the FX right now as I'm doing this broadcast. First of all, let's look at the fat man. You can see the green line, which is the euro against the rest of the world, all the other major currencies, and the blue line, the US dollar, are showing very, very steep angles, along with the New Zealand dollar, the dotted line, and the Swiss, the white line, is also in decline. So let's go around and have a look. Here's the euro pound, which is just starting to roll over. I would not be interested in a trade on that currency pair. Why? Because the brown line here is flattening out. There are better opportunities around us. If we look at the US dollar, USD, you can see that we are in decline from that isolated high pivot there. That little yellow dot is coming down. If this current bar closes underneath the stop value, underneath the cross here, we will be going short of this currency. So you can see that the green's going down, the light blue's going up. If we look at the New Zealand dollar, the dotted line here is rising, the green's coming down. We already have an entry. There's our trigger bar, there's our entry bar, and we are just in profit. If we look at the Canadian dollar, you can see that the Canadian dollar, which is the yellow line, is in good incline here against the decline of the green. We have the wide bar rule. We have to wait on a wide bar, which is this magenta bar, for the close to be outside of the wide bar. That was our trigger bar, that was our entry bar, and we're already showing about 40 odd pips on that. So I wanted to show you those setups. This is how I look at them, and this is how I trade them. And on Friday in the room, we'll go back and look and see how they work themselves out. If we go to the commodity bonds, I just want to show you some interesting setups here. If we go to the retail sales, this is the ETF on the retail sales, you can see that we're in pure congestion. And if we're looking at the volume, it's volume chop, red, red, white, red, red, etc. It's not showing us any defined area of direction. And if we go over and have a look at the weekly, you can see that the trend dots have gone flat, but we are in weekly and monthly uptrend. We're in daily congestion. That's all that we are. And until this low here is taken out, we are not in downtrend. So we have to be very, very patient. And if we come over and have a look at the ES, you'll see exactly the same happening on the ES on the daily. Here again, we are in congestion, we're in chop. The weekly is in uptrend, the monthly is in uptrend. We have two isolated lows here. The second one, this one, is higher than that one, showing that the bias is to the upside. There is an isolated high there pushing this down. But overall, the market still looks quite strong. This looks more like a trend pause rather than a trend reversal. And if we go and have a look at some of the commodities, as you know, I trade more commodities than anything else. First of all, let me show you the coffee trade that's going on at the moment. Again, be very careful to trade this. It's a big margin. You need $6,500 per contract. It's $375 a cent move. It's a big, big contract. But here you can earn substantial money. And just look at this. It's just all the way up. Not worrying about it. You can see that I've tightened the stops up. How do I do that? I go into Hawkeye and I say, okay, after 15 bars or whatever you want to nominate, I want the stops to be moved into the aggressive. So that's how they're done. But don't move them in too quickly, because otherwise you get chopped out here. And remember that it's a stop on close underneath the actual cross. But you only use the cross when there is red volume against you. Volume against you, you then pull into the stop. Use the cross, and as volume comes in, you then breathe the stop back out. You've got to trade in harmony with these markets. Interesting on the grain complex, you've got a short on oats, and yet the corn market is showing you quite a lot of strength. And we'll just pull up the corn, and you can see that there's been a substantial weekly monthly run. We now have our isolated high on the daily pushing us back down. We've got red volume coming in, and remember, we've pulled the stops in. If it closes underneath these crosses, underneath this stop, it's a stop on close, not if touched, we will be exiting. And finally, if we go and have a look at the crude market, everybody's talking about it because of Libya. Obviously, great market move up here. Here's the buying volume going in. The trend dots, wow, you could just draw a line through those for the trend. Have an isolated high up here. So expecting a 357 bar reversal back down, but overall it still looks strong. And finally, gold. If we look at that, you can see that we look as though we're just starting to top on this. We've got our isolated high. There was our isolated high there. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 1, 2, 3. It's got to come up and exceed that to really show me any strength. And you can also see in the dots here, can you see how the dots open up and now they're starting to contract and roll over. So there we are. That's a brief look. Please come to the trading room on Friday morning. It's totally free. There you'll see Randy trading the markets live at 9:30, the stock indexes and stocks. He's a terrific trader. Don't miss him. I shall be there at 9 o'clock to show you charts and to answer any questions. Good luck. Bye.